So check this beautiful car out right now. Yo, what's up guys? My name is JT and we're going to take a closer look at this HO scale MTH Union Pacific Bush funeral casket car right here on model Railroad in Southwest. So if you remember in the last video, we ran the George H.W. Bush funeral train. I told you guys we're going to further expand on this MTH HO scale baggage car. Now here it is today and here it is in front of us. But wait, there's more. There's more to this video. If you look behind it, you'll see that big, beautiful purple box. You're wondering, what the heck is that? What is that box? If you're solely HO, you probably don't recognize what kind of box that is. Well, that is an MTH Premier O-scale car box. And you're wondering, what the heck does that even have to do with this video? Well, I'll show you that right now. So check this beautiful car out right now. This is the MTH Premier O-scale baggage car, the same exact one as that I have right below in HO scale. What a gorgeous, beautiful car. You're wondering probably, why do you have an O-scale car of this model? Well, I'll tell you, that was a huge accident on my part. So a while back when I was looking for the HO scale version, I came across this one on eBay. I was tired, I saw it, and I saw that it was for an incredible price, and I thought to myself, well, I have to have it. I have to have it. It's at a great price. Well, I put a bid on it. A little bit later, when I was, not so tired, I looked at the listing a little closer and I was like, oh my God, that is an O-scale car. And I won the bid and here it is. And I am very happy with it, even though I only have a very small amount of O-scale stuff. Now, this has prompted me to want to build the same funeral train that I have in HO scale in O scale. Now, I probably won't go to the extent of looking for 9096. I'll be happy with just 4141, which I might get in the future. I think it'll be solely just MTH, but if I find some good Lionel stuff, I'll get the Lionel stuff. I know Lionel has that beautiful theater car. I might get that, not sure. But let's take a closer look. So if you remember in the video that I made of the train show in Albuquerque last year, I ended up with the beautiful MTH SC70ACE UP 1989, which is the Rio Grande Heritage unit. Now, that has really made me want to start collecting O-scale cars, and I just love the thought of O-scale. I think it just really brings out the inner child in me, because I used to have an HO or an O-scale train when I was younger, and I loved it. Don't know what happened to it, lost track of it. But getting all these newer trains in with, the nice smoke-driven smoke units or the fan-driven smoke units, it really wants me to start collecting. So both cars do have the casket inside along with the American flag draped over the casket. They also both have the plexiglass in front of the casket where the door would be. That's the way the real prototype version was as well. But if you look at the flag inside the HO scale version, I think the O scale looks a little bit better. So let's go ahead and focus in on the O scale version. There we go. I think the flag in the O scale looks better. The weird thing about the HO scale, it seems like it has a strange sort of texture to it that just makes it look a little bit off. But if you look at both models, they both have the proud heritage, powerful future, building America. All those decals are the same as they would be on the HO scale version. The only thing that's a little bit different is the road number is not located there on the HO scale version. So if we take a look back at the HO scale version, we can see that the decals are pretty much the same except for the road number. And the thing that had to do about the O scale version, they kind of had to scrunch everything up and make it look a little more closer together and everything like that. But it's pretty much the same car in that aspect. So if we take a look at this portion of each model, you can tell that the door is not the same. Like I said earlier, the door in the HO scale model has one window and the O scale model has two windows. Now, the cool thing about the O scale model is that you can actually open that one up, and I'll demonstrate that a little bit later. But let's take a look at the door and the undercarriage on the actual O scale version. So if we take a look at the O scale version, you can see that that door does have the two windows, and the undercarriage is much different. The trucks are actually pretty close. There's a few things that are kind of different and kind of off compared to both of the truck detail and everything like that. But the graphics on both models look very good. I think the one on the O scale version is much more realistic looking, and I think that the one on the HO scale looks a little bit different. If we take a look at the HO scale one, you can see that it's like there's more grain in it. It does look more clear, but I think I prefer the decals on the O scale more to the HO one. So let's take a look at the other side. So from this angle, we can see both ends of each model. Now, I would have to say that both of them have pretty good detail. Now, they both have diaphragms, although I kind of got to give the diaphragm to the O scale model. I think it just looks really cool, nice and beefy. The metal and the rubber construction look pretty good. Now, in the detail department, I would say the HO scale has that. It looks really good, has the coupler cup bar detail. Also, there's some hoses down there as well. Just looks better, looks good. Also, the O scale version has a big honker of a coupler there, which is not a big deal to me, but I'm just saying, you know, it's really apparent that that thing's huge. But anyway, let's go ahead and move our attention to that door opening up on the I really cannot talk today, guys. Let's take a look. Over here on the O scale version, there is the door that actually opens, which is pretty cool. You can see in there, there's not much to see. There's not really like a cool, like a cool amount of detail or anything like that. It's just an opening door, which is pretty neat. The one on the HO scale does not open, but I thought it was just a cool touch that it has that. So now that you've seen these all together, let's go ahead and take these to the layout and see how they look. I'm also going to run that big O scale car on my O scale track. Don't make fun of me. It's not a big track, but I'm going to run it around there, and hopefully my transformer doesn't freak out because all that massive electronics in that MTH SU70 AC plus the lights in this. I don't know. I've had trouble with it in the past, but let's go ahead and check it out. Alrighty guys, so that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun running some trains, running my O-scale little track. That'll change in the future. I'll get something much bigger and more extravagant to run some trains on. But I also had a lot of fun showing you guys the differences between the O-scale and the HO scale car. I think they were both executed pretty well by MTH. Great cars. The O-scale car is pretty nice for what it is, you know, it being, you know, an O-scale car. You know, it's really nice. The HO scale was done pretty well. It looks much better than the O-scale car in general, but they're both very well done cars. So if you like this video, please subscribe and like. There's a ton of stuff coming in the future. I'm going to try to produce more videos more often so you guys have some content and videos to watch. So like I said, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Talk to you later. Take care and keep it tuned the rails.